every little bit of help they can find. It was a defeat by Celtic last Wednesday that brought to an early end the 14-month reign of manager Paul Hegarty. New boss Ian McCall then looks for his second winning 2 games. It would be a massive shock. Celtic have won 13 games in a row against the Tayside Terrors, and they haven't lost against them in this competition for 14 and a half years. Martin O'Neill, for whom this cup was a first trophy as Parkhead boss in 2001, has John Hartson fit as well from a knee strain. He scored in every game he's played against Dundee United. Lambert returns for Jackie McNamara. Calcaran plays despite a nagging groin strain, which has forced him out of Belgium's game with Algeria next week. Jamie Smith stays in, even though Alan Thompson's free from his ban. He's on the bench. It's Martin O'Neill's 150th game in charge of Celtic, Trevor. He's lost just 16.
Yes, it's a tremendous record that he does have, and it's a fairly strict setup that Martin employs in his team setups. The normal back 3 is not in its place with Lawson there in on the left-hand side. Balde, he's always there. Valhaeren as well. Jamie Smith keeps that position on the left-hand side with Alan Thompson not featuring, and of course you've got Lambert and Lennon in the middle. But the 3-pronged attack of Sutton, Larson and Hartson is good in anybody's book.
Ian McCall, who played 98 times here as a Queen's Park player, has to make changes from the weekend win over Motherwell, which took his side off the bottom. Transfer window signings, Boland and Chiarini are missing from the back 4 cup tide, and Todd is injured. Wilson, Loughlin and Patterson come back. Derek Lilly's preferred to Alan Smart up front alongside captain Billy Dodds, just signed from Rangers, of course. Hume stays in goal despite being sent off in his first game of the season against Motherwell at the weekend.
Well, exactly, Ian McCall just into his second game, and of course he's really going to line his team up like for like as much as he possibly can against Celtic. And big night, of course, for young Wilson and McCracken in the central defensive roles against Larson and Hartson.
The referee is Stuart Dougal, a FIFA official, and it'll be Dundee United in the tangerine and black who kick us off and underway, kicking then from left to right in this first half and away towards the east end of Hampden Park's mighty stadium. This is Hartson, who has this wonderful record of scoring against Dundee United. They've never failed to stop him finding the net. And Larson, who could well be on course for his 3rd Scottish Footballer of the Year title. How highly do you rate him, Trevor, as strikers you've seen?
Well, he's pure legend in Celtic terms. His goal-scoring record is phenomenal. At international level as well, and people have always asked, why does he not move away from Celtic? It's because he's such a legend here, and his goal-scoring ratio is absolutely extraordinary.
Hartson dug up and away though by Wilson. That's McCracken who clears it away. Glaswegian, his only club Dundee United. He's played 20 of the last 22 games, and an early free kick for Celtic. Falcaeren goes down. The Belgian manager has said he thinks he needs another operation on a troubling groin problem, but Martin O'Neill has denied this. This is Boba Balde, the removal man. Sutton, whipped away by McCracken once again. Dundee United have no sort of form at all. 1 win in 12, but is he the man to turn things around? It's a far cry from one of his earliest CIS games as a manager. Clydebank against East Stirling, watched by 29 people a long while ago.
Ian McCall has spent some while building his reputation with smaller clubs, and Ian's somebody I played with at Rangers a long time ago. Great talent as a footballer, never really fulfilled exactly what he could have achieved. But in management, he's certainly one that's proven himself.
Hartson. Good, strong challenge on him, though, by Loughlin. He was on the end of a very good Henrik Larsson goal a couple of years ago in this stadium. It was a diving header. Now, Boba Balde away, looking for Hartson once again. His total record, 7 goals in 5 games against Dundee United. The former West Ham and Coventry and Wimbledon, Luton and Arsenal striker, the Welsh international. Rain still coming down. Sutton playing slightly deeper, enjoyed his forward roving role at the weekend and got 2 goals. Agat. Good challenge on him. Charlie Miller, I wonder if he's ever going to fulfil the potential that he had as a young player in his Rangers days. He won this competition in 96, I seem to remember. Stretching and just away. Rangers' connection with Dundee United, of course, increased with the arrival of Billy Dodds, who captains the Tayside Terrors. McIntyre now, top scorer at the club after the recent move from to Rangers of Thompson. Loughlin. And back to Mark Wilson, Scottish youth captain. Only 18 years of age. He's had a strong season despite Dundee United's perils. Jim Loughlin has captained the side in the absence of Danny Griffin, who's stood out after picking up a back injury against Rangers back in September. Agat, Sutton forward. Henrik Larsson gives chase. 33 goals in 33 games this season. And that was a bit of a hefty one. It's Paul Lambert who's down. He's back in the side tonight. Didn't play against Partick at the weekend. McIntyre's challenge.
It's not something that Dundee United want to be doing too much of, giving free kicks in a position fairly wide where Celtic can get the ball into the box. Certainly have the advantage height-wise.
An early caution, I think it was, for McIntyre. Didn't see the yellow card brandished, but the book has gone back into the pocket of referee Stuart Dougal. A man who brooks no nonsense. He once sent off Zinedine Zidane and Edgar Davids in a game. Fifth yellow card of the season for Jim McIntyre. Started his career in England at Bristol City. Played 1 game at Ashton Gate. Pouring rain here at Hampden. Celtic look for Hartson. More clearance has given Celtic the first corner of the game.
Well, you see the conditions already playing their part. Belting it down here at Hampden. 1 or 2 players find it difficult to keep their feet.
First touch then for Jamie Smith and that Scotland squad for the game against Ireland next week. Handball. About the offender.
A little bit of hand, a little bit of chest there from Didier Gant. But the ball skidding on. Andy Walker was saying that players quite like that. It really is pretty severe out there. Touch has to be good. I think for Dundee United, they need to try and play the game as much as they can behind that back 3 of Celtic. Get the midfield players to play the ball through.
Celtic's 33rd semi-final in this competition. Dundee United's 15th. They've won 5 of them. Dodds is forward and calling for it. Agat. Slipped neatly down the line by Lambert. It's a good run forward by Lennon, also just back in the Celtic side. Neil Lennon, he had knee problems, he had hamstring problems as well. Returned at the weekend. Lawson. Ulrich Lawson away. The Dane signed from Hibs last summer, Danish under 21. Martin O'Neill, 150 games in charge, 5 League Cup finals in England as player or manager, 1-2 as a player with Forest, 1-2 as a manager with Leicester.
It'll be unthinkable for Martin O'Neill and Celtic not to win this game tonight, particularly with Rangers already sitting there waiting in the final.
6-1 on with some bookies to win this. You can get 14-1 on Dundee United. Jim Loughlin. And a touch then for Alan Combe, the goalkeeper. Played his first game of the season against Motherwell at the weekend and was dismissed. And a lot of people thought that Paul Gallagher would come back into the side. Bertie Vogts has announced his concern that one of his international squad members has been dropped, although Ian McCall says it's much of a muchness.
A lot of play in the midfield area. Charlie Miller there, keeping tight on Neil Lennon. Not giving anybody room or space to play.
You can send us your comments tonight. Text the word 5, followed by your opinion, to the number 81125. Fairly frantic opening 8 minutes, Trevor.
Yeah, I'm looking for obviously Dundee United to try and get a grip of the game as much as they can. Billy Dodd's there, bags of experience. If they can get the ball up to his feet, he can hold it, bring other players into play. But I do think it's the pace of Jim McIntyre. It could be useful to Dundee United, particularly with these conditions. The big centre-backs of Celtic might just find it a bit tricky in these conditions to turn.
Lawson will take the throw-in for Celtic, I would imagine. Noba Balde is there on the edge of the penalty if he wants him, and Falgaren is further across. Smith down the line. Dodds up in the air. Huge experience. 26 times for his country, Billy Dodds. And took over the captaincy back at Tannadice from Craig Easton. Rangers already through. Will it be a 12th Old Firm derby final in this particular competition? Edinburgh-born Combe clears away and looks for McIntyre.
I think with these conditions that Celtic won't hesitate just to lump the ball forward. They've got enough numbers up there.
Oh, this is Larsson. Chance. And a smart save in these conditions, low down by Alan Combe, although I don't think Henrik Larsson really struck it well.
No, didn't connect with it as well as he could have done. But it's one of those nights, defenders have to be decisive, they have to clear the lines. If you're going to give half chances to Henrik Larsson, you're going to get punished eventually.
Combe, smart stop. Does he have a point to prove? Lennon was pushed. Easton the offender. Back to Lennon. Long overdue a goal. It'll be his first in 50 matches if he scores tonight. Something. Well, that's a ragged challenge on him, really. Unnecessary. Cheap free kick to give away.
Yeah, Craig Easton never favourite there to get the ball. Found himself on the wrong side of Chris Sutton.
Larson with it. Balde is forward. He's got goal side and just slipped away. The referee's given. What a goal kick.
And the ball's come in. Trying to pick out Bobo Barley once again.
That's a good decision by the referee, because that's deflected off Barley.
Yeah, he's seen that very quickly, the referee, full credit to him. He could have possibly given the foul against Bobo Barley with the infringement on Jim Loughlin. There seemed to be that. But he's a big customer. He's a brute of a player, Bobo Balde.
Good challenge by Loughlin in there, former Scotland under-21 captain. Also had a little spell in the south. He went to Barnsley for a brief period on loan, and I'm not too sure if he actually played for the first team. Well, this is Balde, Guinea international, born in Marseille in France. Lennon. Larson. Lawson. Dodds closes. Has he given the free kick for Dodds' challenge?
Yeah,
I think it was an uncontrolled challenge.
Just looked a little bit reckless from Billy Dodds. I think he got the ball, no question about that. That's why he's a bit annoyed about it, of course. He's certainly got a foot on it. But, slightly untidy. Stuart Dougal didn't like it too much.
It's a repeat of the 98 CIS final, won by Celtic 3-0. This is McIntyre, great movement to his left-hand side, and that's a good ball away. And a fine challenge as well. Farheran gobbled up the ground to get across there on young Patterson.
That's good from Dundee United. Jim Patterson making up the ground on the left-hand side. That's going to give Celtic some problems, something to think about. Dundee United can use some width in their play. Hopefully use it a bit better than that than we saw from Jim McIntyre there.
Combination between the two of them. Look at Patterson there galloping away on the left-hand side. Cleared, fit to play in this. He was injured in training last week. And there's a man who allegedly has injury problems himself, Farheran. Dodds with a layoff. Farheran again, Lennon. Lambert forward, good flick on by Larson. Dug out of the back once again by the 18-year-old Mark Wilson. Easton. Another free kick given away.
Well, Dundee United just need to be a little bit careful. We lost a player in Ian McCall's first game on Saturday. I'm sure he would want that tonight as well.
The only survivor of that 98 final against Celtic, Easton. We're out by McCracken. Only 21. Two youngsters there together. Plenty of potential perhaps for Ian McCall to turn things around. Here's the red Adair of Scottish football management. He goes into the trouble spots, doesn't he? Dodds. Then got the foot in. Lawson forward. Now Miller scored on Saturday. Miller had his injury problems afterwards. Agat then to his right-hand side. Neil Lennon is one. This is Lambert. And that's confident goalkeeping by Coop.
Defences like that. Dundee United's central defenders will be delighted to see Alan Coombe come out there, prepared to get his hands dirty there, going across players and clutching the ball. Takes the pressure really off the defending side.
Suspicion of a handball against Wilson. Would have been unlucky, I think. Out and away. Now Loughlin. John Hartson missed the Partick game with a knee injury. Lambert. The Scotland-Ireland squad. Stuart Duff. Back to Mark Wilson again. He's in a variety of positions this season for Dundee United in their troubles. 7 defeats in their last 12 games. Celtic, of course, unbeaten in 8, 93 goals this season. 3 points behind Rangers at the top of the table. The Old Firm game on March the 8th is now Saturday lunchtime because Celtic may well have to play a UEFA Cup quarter-final on the Tuesday, so there's no question of it going to the Sunday, but it's going to be a mighty march for them. Agat. Patterson's in his way, so to Easton. This is Lennon. Lawson. Big Bobo Balde. Scored in the Scottish Cup final last season. He just came back from a knee injury, if my memory serves me correctly. Looks for Larsson, lovely glancing header. Liegat, Henrik Larsson. Cross was blocked. It's Derek Lilly. Leeds fans might remember him. He spells at Bury and Oxford as well. How's the pitch playing, Trevor?
Well, it's a bit sticky out there, there's no doubt. The range just seems to have faded off somewhat. But both sides just find it difficult to get a pattern of play. You'd expect it to come easier for Celtic. But, Ian McCall's got his team really working hard against Celtic, making it difficult as they possibly can. Certainly a lot of the play is happening in the Dundee United half.
Martin O'Neill, who was very surprised at the departure actually of Paul Hegarty last week. With Celtic on the attack. Oh. It came in the end off McIntyre, I think. He was on the shoulder of John Hartson. Martin O'Neill phoned Hegarty after his dismissal. Genuinely surprised. Jamie Smith with the corner kick straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
Well, Alan Coombe trying to get his team out of his penalty area as soon as possible. Was looking to release the ball. So not on the same wavelength as the rest of the Dundee United players. Only Billy Dodds seemed to be scampering into position.
Celtic looking for their 100th victory in all competitions against Dundee United. It's the fourth time they've met in the semi-final of this competition. 2 wins to Celtic. They were beaten in 1984-1, I think it was, on aggregate. The last competition defeat in this competition, I should say, was in August 1988. Helps out Lennon to throw in Dundee United's way. They've lost 10 cup ties in a row, including a couple of semi-finals and a final against Celtic. Mighty task for them. They've dug in these opening 20 minutes. It's goalless. They're doing a good job of frustrating Celtic.
I think that was always the game plan for Dundee United, just to go out, frustrate Celtic as much as they can. And they certainly have accomplished that. Now, can they turn the screw a little bit now with themselves and make some headway?
Agat, seen a lot of the ball in these opening 20 minutes into Sutton. Hartson there as well, big and strong. Away by Jim Loughlin. Now Miller sees Patterson. Easton is given it away, but handball. Handball by Paul Lambert. Jim McBride, the assistant referee, gives it.
Well, it certainly looked like went off his thigh and then hit his arm. I don't think Paul Lambert can have too many queries about that one. The referee seemed to get it right, along with the assistant.
Dodds for Dundee United. They love to score tonight. The boos from the Celtic fans, of course. Lambert has time. Looks for Hartson. Wilson. Wonders what the new Dundee United manager is making of it all. He's an animated character, chewing frantically down there. Those early days at Clydebank, you know, they used to travel around the team in a blue minibus. They used to call it the Blue Bomber, and times were so hard they used to have to park the bus on a hill because they couldn't get it started on the flat. There he is at Hampden in a CIS Insurance semi-final. Good luck to him. He's one of the brightest young managers in the Scottish game. Lennon and Baldock. So Dundee United are quite happy for Celtic to play in this middle third, aren't they? Henrik Larsson, though, they've got a chance here with Smith to get the cross in. Away by Loughlin. There's a little push there. No. Lilly for Dundee United. Shrugs off the challenge, Duff, and Lilly wins a free kick himself.
Well, I'll relieve a bit of pressure there on Dundee United. It was Henrik Larsson, Jamie Smith. First time that combination's really worked in the game. Indeed, the first time we've seen Jamie Smith really in any advanced position. When he put a ball in, it was a good one. But Dundee United dealt with it okay.
This is Dodds. Scored a hat-trick on his first debut for Dundee United many years ago, and scored on his returning debut against Kilmarnock, Billy Dodds. Blocked by McIntyre, he had to stretch. And back by Loughlin. It's a big header forward. Now Lennon. Miller. And Wilson. A little space for McIntyre to find Patterson. Agat's there with him. Just took the sting off the cross there. With Didier Agat. Reunion in the Indian Ocean.
Didier Agat is one of the quickest players, well, probably the quickest player in Scotland. Everybody's got an idea of how he plays now. He tries to use his pace as much as he possibly can.
John Hartson. Celtic have not been able to assert their dominance on this semi-final. The winners of this, of course, play Rangers here in the final. Hampden, Sunday the 16th of March, 3 o'clock kickoff. It's live right here on 5. CIS Insurance Cup final. Martin O'Neill's first trophy as manager of Celtic, ahead of the treble. Sutter played a major part, though. He was sent off in the final against Kilmarnock 2 years ago. Larsson gives chase, had to stretch, couldn't get there.
Celtic not finding it easy. Really struggling to get their game together. Martin O'Neill, he won't be too concerned, it's still early days. But likes of Chris Sutton have not been able to find much room to play in. And maybe come down to a set piece. Somebody like Bobo Bali can show his influence, his aerial power. Certainly no fluency about Celtic yet.
Loughlin for Dundee United. He's enjoying himself. Hartson now for Celtic. Larsson, Agat. Again, he's got space down there. Not a great final ball in from the right, though, have they, Celtic? This time Larsson looks for Hartson. Hartson to Sutton, cleared away. Larsson from range. Well, he scored 190 goals in 239 games for Celtic, so you can forgive him 1 or 2.
Well, I've seen him score from there before, even with his left peg. But it's not a frequent event. I think Dundee United would like to keep him that distance from goal as often as they can. One of the things that I have noticed in the game, when Didier Agat has got into forward positions, he's not been able to get down the flank and get crosses in. All the crosses seem to be coming from fairly deep. And of course Hartson and Chris Sutton coming late. Can't really get onto anything when it's coming from deep. So Jim Patterson, particularly for Dundee United, doing a good job on Didier Agat.
Lawson gives away the free kick and he's not got back. This is Duff with the cross. Lilly arrived, away by Balde. That was a great chance for Dundee United. Patterson in the box. Agag just got back at him. And real anxiety at the back for Celtic, who switched off there momentarily.
Two great opportunities for Dundee United. Duff there, just using his pace to get there. Lilly just missing it out on the near post. Jim McIntyre at the far post. Full credit to Bobo Baldé.
Patterson in off the left-hand side. Miller in hard. Celtic were just rocked a little bit. But now they break forward. This is Agag. Just kept in play by Larsson. Hartson making a move to the left of your picture there. Lambert follows up. This is Sutton deep for Celtic. Game beginning now to pick up pace. Stretching, McCracken got it away. Now Miller. Looks for Lilly, whose long goal drought now extending towards a third month. His last came in this competition against Livingston away. 2-0 victory. McIntyre turns. Dodds there to his left-hand side. Challenged by Agag. Easton following it up. Good spell here by Dundee United. Patterson with the cross. In towards Lilly and just taken off his head once again. It was Lawson who cleared it away. And Celtic are rocking here.
Well, this has been the most impressive part of the game, not only for Dundee United, but even as far as Celtic is concerned, attacking-wise. Most pressure we've had from any one team in the game. And Ulrich Lawson bravely going there just to clear away from the head of Derek Lilly.
Short corner. Back to Miller. Prod with the left foot. Wilson. Oh dear. And in the great football videos on technique, I don't think you'll probably see that one again. The Arabs supporting Dundee United. About 1,500 of them had bought tickets before today. There was a great spurt of interest after the appointment of Ian McCall. Great noise from the fans who call themselves the Arabs. Legend has it, in the bad winter at the start of the 60s, they heaped loads of sand on the Tannadice pitch. I'm not too sure whether that's true, whether the nickname comes from that. It's a mud heap of a pitch in places, let alone a beach. Thumped forward by David McCracken, the 21-year-old. Now Duff, also 21. In the current under-21 international setup as well. Miller. And a drop back in there to fill a hole. This is Dodds to Lilly. A really good spell here for Dundee United. Lilly. Offside. Already played Celtic 3 times this season. They've lost all 3 games, conceding 9 goals. Can that man change things around? Magnus Edman will clear it away. Hasn't conceded a goal in 340 minutes of football now. Lilly jumped into Lennon.
Dundee United players certainly not leaving any challenge free for Celtic to dictate. And Derek Lilly there, making sure it was uncomfortable for Neil Lennon. And that's happening all over the field, in fact. Every 50-50's been met square on.
Hartson awaits. Him off the defender, I think. Just wide. Larsson once again. The presence of Hartson created the problems. Welsh international square.
Yeah, it's
what was that?
You see Celtic, this happens a lot with Celtic. John Hartson's the one that they normally pick out. And, Henrik Larsson is always looking for that, the knockback. Inevitably John Hartson gets his head to things, and inevitably it's Henrik Larsson who puts the ball in the net.
He was criticised late on in his English career at West Ham, I seem to remember, for putting on weight. Henrik Larsson, John Hart, I should say. Slim was back to form with Celtic and scoring goals again.
Well, without doubt, John Hartson has found his goal-scoring touch with Celtic, and a lot of the problems that he was having whilst he was up here is because Martin O'Neill was reluctant to play the three strikers in the same team, Sutton, Hartson and Lawson. But now he's managed to accommodate it, because that man, Chris Sutton, is so adaptable. He can play at centre-back, midfield, behind the front two, or as a striker, and Martin O'Neill certainly had his value out of him.
This is Sutton. Mind you, if John Hartson's Celtic's fat boy Slim, Trevor, who's his Zoe Ball, I wonder? Now, should be cleared away. Ooh, mistake by Valgaeren. Smith, who hasn't really got into the game on the left-hand side yet. Massive week for him in that Scotland squad.
He's been pegged back by Stuart Duff really on the right-hand side for Dundee United, and Jamie Smith should be just trying to put that pressure on him, force him back towards the Dundee United goal.
Free kick. A nudge by Easton on Sutton. It's 4 free kicks given away, I think, by Craig Easton. He's going to have to watch a little bit. 11 fouls conceded by Dundee United in the opening 34 minutes. 5 the other way. Over Balde forward. It wasn't aimed at him, it was aimed at Larsson. Got a good spring as well. He's not the tallest, is he, Henrik Larsson? 5'9".
No, his timing is excellent, though. You do see him out jumping bigger and stronger players on a regular basis. And it's literally that he gets up early enough and he can hang up in there as well. Scores a fair amount of goals with his head.
He'll benefit as well from giving up international football in the autumn of his career. He's only, what is he, 31 now. This is Smith. Can he have a run here against Duff? It's good defending again. Duff forward to Lilly. Down the left-hand side. Oh, well, those two watch on there. Bobby Petter and Guppy there as well, I think we saw, didn't we? The former Leicester City man. Both out of the side. Bobby Petter hasn't featured since November, I think it is. And Steve Guppy, in 20 games this season, not featuring at the moment. Sutton. Larsson looks for Haggett. A little bit of a slip there by Patterson. Are you disappointed, Trevor, with the quality in from that right-hand side from Celtic's point of view? Because he's seen a lot of possession.
Yeah, he's threatened so many times to push the ball past Jim Patterson. And Jim Patterson's played him very well, as I said. He's pushed him back in field. Delia Gatz's strength is to go down the outside and get balls in. And he does it on a regular basis, but tonight Jim Patterson's pushing him where he wants to put him, and Celtic really haven't had the benefit of any balls in there from the right-hand side. Certainly none that are anywhere near the danger area, near that byline.
Bobo Balde. With Lawson calmly back to Headman, who's keeping out Rab Douglas at the moment, although Douglas is in the Scottish squad to play Ireland. So is Paul Gallagher, the Dundee United substitute goalkeeper. Douglas has missed the last 6 games for Celtic. Boos ring out from the Dundee United fans to the left-hand side. Celtic are attacking their end. Balde in the box and Hartson there, and Larsson, Sutton. Agat far side of the penalty area. Balde's there. Sutton couldn't quite get a touch. Dodds for Dundee United. And straight into Neil Lennon. Big games coming up for Celtic with Stuttgart in the UEFA Cup. They have a problem with that. They've only got 5,700 tickets for the Gottlieb Dean Stadium, and holds 54,000, and there's a suspicion that Celtic fans are going to be at the wrong end of the ground. There's a caution for Lambert. I think UEFA need to examine that situation for the UEFA Cup tie, because it could be problematic, as this was here.
Well, Paul Lambert just coming in for the challenge here, just a little bit late. Stuart Dougal has counted up a series of small offences really from Paul Lambert, which has accumulated in the yellow card.
Which I would imagine means that if Craig Easton commits a foul in the next 5 minutes, he'll go in as well. Here he is. Plenty of time here now for Mark Wilson. 0-0. 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Dundee United will have one eye on the half-time break, I'm sure. Don't want to undo the good work that they've certainly done in the first half. Kept Celtic at bay as much as possible. Just about carved out, I would say, the best chances of this first half.
Wilson again, this Hudson ambles forward. I think he was looking for Duff. Here is Duff. Lilly. Miller. Oh, it's deflected very nearly into the path of Billy Dodds.
There was definite spark about Dundee United now. Charlie Miller's becoming quite influential in the middle of the field. Just comes off Lennon and Lambert. Finds himself a little bit of space. The Dundee United forwards are enjoying that. Charlie Miller starting to make a few passes.
Made a couple of terrific passes in the final of this competition in '96 against Hearts. They won it 3-2. Gaza was at the height of his fame there. Didn't he have a scuffle with Ali McCoist in that game, his own teammate? I seem to remember. He sort of made a comic gesture at Ali, and he didn't take to it too kindly, although it's probably only in jest.
Well, I've seen Charlie Miller have some very influential games for Rangers in his time, and Dundee United are starting to get that from him tonight.
Alder. Lilly. Oh, it's bounced kindly for him. Dodds. Back to Lilly. Just being shepherded and guarded. Celtic have locked that up tight. Lilly's won it back with a fair challenge, says the referee. This is Duff. Easton. Challenge is flying in there. 4 minutes to go. Miller to Duff. Poor clearance away. Miller chips it back forward. He's looking for McIntyre. And the Celtic fans unhappy here. Agat. Got to produce from there. Hartson. It was a heavy touch. He still managed to get his crossing. And there are boos ringing out of Hampden.
Well, it's Dundee United who have been a little bit on top in the last few minutes. And they do look quite a threat when they get around the 18-yard box of Celtic. And there's a few nerves are jangling amongst the Celtic fans.
0-0 in the CIS Insurance Cup semi-final between Celtic and Dundee United. Larson, beaten in the air by Wilson. Miller, only to Lennon. Fouled by Billy Dodds. Actually started his career, Billy Dodds, in London at Chelsea. Played 2 or 3 games there. Lambert cultured chip forward. Wilson got his head to it. Duff away. Lawson. Lambert again. The Dane Lawson. The Sutton pushed. Well, I think David McCracken's a little bit unfortunate there.
Chris Sutton is so used to receiving the ball in those positions. He's looking for it all the time. You can see he's just got one eye on David McCracken. And to be honest, Chris Sutton was going nowhere. He was looking for the foul, and he got it. This is a dangerous position. All the big guns have gone forward.
Doesn't seem much in that at all to me, Trevor. This is Lennon with a free kick for Celtic. Flat and low and eased away. It's Easton who got it out. That's a good header. I think it was Lilly back in there, wasn't it? One back here by Agat. And Dundee United working so hard. This is real Ian McCall spirit already infused into the Dundee United side. It was described in the press up here today by Charlie Miller as a cross between Graham Souness and Walter Smith, the manager of Dundee United, who has featured in 2 of these cup finals for Rangers and for Dunfermline. Extra time, or stoppage time will be played. Agat from Bobo Balde. Larsson's head down. Larsson couldn't make up the space. And clean sheet, something of a rarity for Dundee United this season. Kept 3. Patterson. Nearly comes to Lilly. Duff is forward there. Miller. Well, that's not a bad effort because it was a very awkward height.
But once again, it shows Dundee United prepared to break very, very quickly. McIntyre brings the ball in. But you see there's plenty tangerine shirts in the box. And when it fell to Charlie Miller, just a bit high. A difficult one to take.
He wants to restore Dundee United to the glory days. He wants pictures of the team that finished runners-up in the UEFA Cup and won the Scottish Cup in '94 and the League Cup in '80 and '81. Up on the wall, Premier Division in '83. Of Tannadice, and he'll be proud with his team in that first half, I think. John Hartson for Celtic has not had a great deal of opportunity. A couple of efforts from Larsson, but Dundee United's fans are jubilant because at half-time here, with the thoughts of Kenny Dalglish and Pat Nevin to come, it's Celtic 0, Dundee United 0.